My wife and children will divorce me.
And what she just said just doesn't make any sense. It's just like so silly to say. It's not a well thought out. It's like if you had an idea for a premise and it was totally baked and half baked and you went on stage with it and it's nothing.
Just
there.
go for it. Yeah,
there's nothing there.
Is sexually harassed. You don't make fun of Justin Baldoni. You don't make fun of the situation.
Directing myself, a lot of that had to do with the brilliance of Blake Lively and being able to act with this powerhouse.
Joe Rogan calls out Ryan Reynolds over blackmail allegations. Hollywood is buzzing with shocking rumors about Ryan Reynolds, and this time it's not about his latest movie. Famous podcast host Joe Rogan has spoken out against Reynolds, accusing him of manipulative behavior. But the real shocker? There are whispers that Marvel has fired Reynolds because of alleged blackmail involving actor and director Justin Baldoni. Joe Rogan speaks out. Joe Rogan is known for his blunt honesty, and when he talks, people listen. On a recent episode of his podcast, he didn't hold back when discussing Ryan Reynolds. Rogan criticized Reynolds for allegedly using underhanded tactics to get what he wants in Hollywood. He hinted that Reynolds might have stepped over the line this time, possibly leading to his exit from Marvel. Although Rogan didn't provide specific details, his tone made it clear. He's not happy with what he's hearing about Reynolds' behavior. Some fans were shocked by Rogan's words, while others agreed that if the rumors were true, it could change how people see the beloved actor. Ryan Reynolds and It Ends With Us, a strange involvement. Things get even more complicated when you look at Ryan Reynolds' unexpected connection to the movie It Ends With Us. The film, based on Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel, is directed by Justin Baldoni and stars Blake Lively, who happens to be Reynolds' wife. Reynolds was never officially listed as part of the production team, but insiders claim he had a major influence on the film. He reportedly got involved in everything from script changes to casting choices, even though he had no formal role. Some say he pushed for certain actors to be cast while trying to remove others. But why would Reynolds be so interested in a movie he wasn't working on? That's where the rumors get even darker. The blackmail allegations. Hollywood insiders claim that Reynolds may have had some sort of leverage over Justin Baldoni. Some say it's personal information, while others believe it's something related to Baldoni's work in the industry. Whatever it is, the allegations suggest that Reynolds used it to pressure Baldoni into making decisions he wanted for It Ends With Us. Some sources even claim that Reynolds' interference went so far that it started affecting the production of the movie. If true, this wouldn't just be bad news for Reynolds. It could be a huge scandal that shakes up Hollywood. Tensions rise between Reynolds and Baldoni. As you can imagine, Justin Baldoni wasn't happy about Reynolds stepping into his territory. Reports say that the two had several private meetings to try and work things out. But instead of solving the problem, these meetings only made things worse. The tension between them grew so strong that their arguments reportedly became heated. On-set sources claim that at times, the atmosphere was so uncomfortable that it affected the cast and crew. Even Blake Lively found herself in a difficult situation, caught between her husband and her director. As tensions between Ryan Reynolds and Justin Baldoni continued to rise, fans and industry insiders began noticing subtle jabs that Reynolds seemed to be making toward Baldoni. One of the most talked about controversies was the introduction of a character named Nice Pool in the highly anticipated Deadpool 3. This character, who bore a striking resemblance to Baldoni's personality, was portrayed as someone who was almost excessively kind and motivational, so much so that it became satire. Reynolds, known for his humor and sarcasm, seemed to be using the film as a platform to mock Baldoni's well-documented positive and inspirational approach to life and filmmaking. The inclusion of Nice Pool in the movie did not go unnoticed by Marvel executives. While some initially brushed it off as another one of Reynolds' jokes, others saw it as something much more personal and potentially damaging. According to sources, the studio heads were not pleased with the idea of one of their most successful and beloved film franchises being used to settle personal grudges. Given the immense anticipation surrounding Deadpool 3, Marvel reportedly saw this as a major PR risk. The last thing the studio wanted was for their blockbuster film to be overshadowed by behind-the-scenes drama and accusations of personal attacks. executives began to question whether Reynolds had gone too far. Marvel had always given him significant creative freedom with the Deadpool films, trusting his instincts to deliver sharp, irreverent humor that fans loved. However, this particular move seemed to cross a line. As a result, there were discussions about how to handle the situation internally. Some reports suggested that Marvel considered re-editing the film to minimize the character's role, while others hinted at more drastic measures. Soon, rumors started swirling that Marvel was quietly distancing itself from Reynolds. While no official statement had been made about his future with the franchise, insiders suggested that the studio was debating whether to continue working with him after Deadpool 3. The alleged blackmail accusations involving Justin Baldoni had already put Reynolds in a precarious position, and this latest controversy only added fuel to the fire. The speculation grew even stronger when Reynolds was noticeably absent from key Marvel events and promotional material. Normally, he would be front and center in marketing campaigns, interviews, and fan interactions. However, his recent low profile led many to wonder if Marvel was intentionally limiting his involvement as they assessed the damage caused by his alleged actions. At the same time, fans were divided. Some defended Reynolds, arguing that his humor had always been edgy and that people were reading too much into the situation. Others, however, felt that his behavior had become unprofessional and that his personal disputes should not interfere with a major Hollywood production. Ryan Reynolds' team is in full damage control mode, working around the clock to soften the fallout from the ongoing controversy. Publicists, legal advisors, and social media strategists have been scrambling to reframe the nice pool character as nothing more than harmless satire, a playful jab rather than a personal attack on Justin Baldoni. The strategy involves pushing the narrative that Reynolds, known for his sharp humor and irreverent comedic style, was simply being his usual self, poking fun at Hollywood personalities in the same way he has done for years. However, insiders suggest that this approach is not gaining the traction they had hoped. Many within the industry and among the fan base are skeptical, believing that Reynolds' portrayal of Nice Pool was far too pointed and specific to be anything but a deliberate shot at Baldoni. Reynolds' team has also been actively working to suppress damaging stories and control the media cycle. Reports indicate that several entertainment outlets have received offers of exclusive interviews or early screenings of Deadpool 3 in exchange for shifting their focus away from the controversy. However,
I didn't
media
imagine that
remains a
acting
major
was a way to get out of the
with
house.
fans and critics
It
alike
wasn't
dissecting
really like
every
a
move.
passion when
Reynolds
I was a kid. It
himself
was
has
something
largely
that
stayed
I was
silent,
already doing.
avoiding direct responses to the issue, possibly on the advice of his legal team. Impact on Reynolds' career. If the blackmail allegations against Reynolds continue to gain traction, they could cause irreversible damage to his career. Hollywood has long been forgiving of high-profile scandals, but blackmail is a serious accusation that goes beyond personal misconduct. Studios and executives are reportedly weighing their options, with some considering whether it would be too risky to continue working with Reynolds in the future. Reynolds' influence in Hollywood has been immense, with his ability to single-handedly drive projects to success through his brand power and marketing skills. However, that same influence is now working against him. Many industry insiders believe that his aggressive control over projects and reported use of leverage to shape narratives behind the scenes have made him more of a liability than an asset. Additionally, Reynolds' relationships with fellow A-list actors, directors, and producers are reportedly being strained. Some have privately expressed concerns that aligning too closely with him could have negative repercussions for their own careers. Marvel Studios, which has already been distancing itself from Reynolds, is rumored to be re-evaluating his long-term role in the franchise. If the studio ultimately decides to part ways with him, it could spell the beginning of a major career decline for the actor. Baldoni's strategic silence. Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni has remained noticeably silent throughout the unfolding controversy. While some believe that he is taking the high road by not engaging in public disputes, others speculate that there are deeper reasons behind his quiet approach. Sources close to Baldoni suggest that he is wary of escalating the situation further, as doing so could force him into a public confrontation with Reynolds that he may prefer to avoid. There are also rumors that the blackmail allegations involve highly sensitive information, details that Baldoni may not want exposed, even if it means allowing Reynolds to dominate the narrative. Despite his silence, Baldoni has reportedly been in private discussions with key Hollywood figures, including studio executives and legal representatives. Some speculate that he is gathering evidence and preparing a more calculated response, should the situation reach a critical point. Others believe he is simply waiting for Reynolds to self-destruct, allowing the controversy to play out without ever needing to publicly intervene. While Baldoni has not officially addressed the issue, his actions behind the scenes may be more telling. Sources suggest that he has begun distancing himself from projects that involve Reynolds, making it clear that he has no intention of collaborating with him in the future. Whether this will be enough to protect his own reputation remains to be seen, as Reynolds' PR team continues its desperate efforts to shift the focus away from the growing scandal. As tensions continue to rise, Hollywood watches closely, waiting to see how this drama will unfold. The stakes are high, and the fallout could have lasting consequences for both Reynolds and Baldoni. But with neither side making a definitive move, the story remains far from over.